figured I'd
but
still,
I can still say hi.
Yeah. That's what I really wanted to do. Just come say hi to
Yeah.
you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, that's good. I'll just be counting whatnot randomly. So
Yeah, I'll drop
you'll
by, say
be
hello.
you'll be. Are you doing any like axe throwing and stuff with them?
I don't know. I don't know what they have planned that day. Do you know?
Oh, if you're with the Samsung private party, they're doing axe throwing, and I think is it all axe throwing? There's 3 separate groups for axe throwing because there's a shit ton of y'all.
Okay.
There's like 100 and something people.
Right.
And I think it's Lasertron. I don't remember if Cybersport was in there or not. I have to look again. I'll get back to you so I can see all that.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know.
Yeah. But yeah, for axe throwing, you would be with Jared and Zach more than likely.
But no Lasertron for that day, I'm assuming.
Oh, it's all whatever y'all are doing. It's that day. You have the whole building to yourselves, other
Oh,
than
but
me and.
we're doing axe throwing instead of laser tag, I'm assuming.
I think you're doing multiple things.
Oh, I want to do a round of laser tag.
Wonder. Hold on. I might have the email for that.
Well, we're gonna start regardless. You in Minecraft or no? Adam is
Game.
currently on the phone with his sister, I think, so he'll pop in as soon as he's done.
Yeah. Let me hop on Minecraft here. I got a lot to talk about.
Oh, trust me, I think it's gonna be an interesting night tonight, especially with Xbox's announcement that they just made with going into the
Oh, I don't even know
metaverse.
that. I'm ready. Let's do it. I
Oh
got a
my
Blizzard.
god.
I got Blizzard to talk about again. Surprise, surprise. I got my board game. I got. I've been watching The Midnight Club, and I almost finished it in 3 days.
Really?
Yeah, got a lot. So.
Um, yeah, so Xbox has bought into the metaverse, and they're trying to
What?
well, they have their what do you call it? You can play Xbox games in the metaverse now.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
Where's
wow.
Desunoto? And why are we always already on a topic?
Oh no, I'm not. We didn't start yet.
I already started recording at 10:30.
Oh.
You've been being recorded for like 3 minutes.
Oh, all right. I mean, I'm going live now.
I told you to start whenever the time happened.
Yeah, I figured you would have been back early. Are we at 114?
Yeah, 114. She changed the input on her television. Never used the remote. The remote was a different brand than the television. That took a minute to figure out. And then she couldn't figure out how to change the input on the TV because she didn't know what AAA batteries were.
Fun.
Okay.
My sister's an adult woman who owns a house and she makes more than all of us. I just want people to know that is her skill with technology.
Define she makes more than all of us. Are we talking 6 figures plus?
No, it's like close to 70,000 with bonuses and stuff.
Oh, then I don't know if she makes more than I do.
Yeah, I don't think you do, so.
Oh.
You lie to us about your wealth.
Right, of course I'm poor, yeah.
Right.
If anybody could donate to Genesis's cause for a house, he wants to get more children as well. So
donate to my left foot as well.
Oh yeah, Kevin's left foot is in need of dire help. I think it's fallen off. So
no, Kevin doesn't even go to work. His left foot goes to work for him. So.
Oh, I thought right foot was going to work for him.
No, right foot is a leech, just leeching off a left foot.
Oh God. Well, all right. Well, that's the start of crafting a chat. Welcome,
Where's
everybody.
Desunoto?
I don't know. He's dead somewhere. Welcome to episode 114 of Crafting a Chat. We would usually have the normal cast here, but obviously, like Anna mentioned before, Desunoto's not here yet. I'm sure he'll be joining us soon. Adam is here, Kevin is here, and myself, Genesis. Gentlemen, how are y'all feeling tonight? It is This is the first one. No, this is the second one in October. I don't know why I thought this was the
I feel
first
good and
cast.
bad. I feel good and bad. Good mix.
Good.
Good mix.
I mean,
good.
the bad part, I'm sure, is knowing that you're related to her and she makes more than you. Yet
No,
she has no idea
nothing
what
about my
AAA
no. I'm proud of my
matters are.
sister. No, she's great. She's good.
Good.
I have
I'm
no
glad
qualms
that.
with her. I mean, I wish she didn't get really high and then try to watch TV and then press buttons on the TV. Since there's
Well,
literally no reason for her to press any buttons on her TV, but alright,
yeah, well, we all do things when we're,
But no, I like my sister. I'll probably call her tomorrow so I can talk more with her.
good. Good to know that the family bond is still there.
Oh, yeah. I haven't hated her since we were teens. She sucked. Like, she was bad. She stabbed me with a pen and everything. She's a bad person.
Oh, wow.
She's going through a tough time.
Well,
She's okay now.
we've all been there where we wanted to stab our, siblings or mother or father or, anything like that, I'm sure.
No, I've never wanted to stab my mother or father or my sister. I never stabbed any of them.
Just me? Oh, all right, sorry. Yeah, I guess that's a me problem then.
Well, we know where Desunoto is. He's in a ditch. And guess what? He didn't text us. He was going to be late, so I don't care if he's in a ditch.
He is gone forever. Well, we all had to learn things that way. I guess it's okay. It's quite all right. It's quite all right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Kevin, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Good. Gentlemen, what did we all do last week? What did we all play? Anybody want to start us off?
Oh, I'll start us off.
Go right ahead.
All right. I played Gundam Evolution.
Surprise.
I know, right? Oh my god. I downloaded Super Hot because that's a free game on PlayStation.
And how do you like Super Hot?
I haven't technically played that.
So,
I played Super Hot VR. Big fan.
So,
Bunch of friends window.
This is the segment of the podcast I like to call Kevin Lingo, where we learn Kevin's lingo. When he says he plays something, he played it. When he says he downloaded it, he literally only downloaded it. And this has been the segment, Kevin's Lingo. Anyways, continue. You're welcome.
I like that segment. I think we should have that segment three times a podcast.
Nope, that's excessive.
All right. What else you did?
So, yeah. And I also watched a new show on Netflix called The Midnight Club. I have 2 episodes left out of the 10.
Oh, you're getting part of the Flaniverse again.
Yeah, so I'll talk about that at length because I am thoroughly enjoying it. It was not exactly what I thought it was going to be, but that's not a bad thing. We'll get there, though. And that is it, I think.
Cool.
I tell a lie. I played Witch Haven a little bit on PC because Witch Haven 1 and 2 hit the Steam store at some point. I don't know when. And I was like, oh, these games. I remember these games back from, like, DOS. Yeah, the controls aren't great, but, that's what modding is for. So we'll look into that later.
Oh. What is Witch Haven again? You want to give me a 2-second description?
Witch Haven is... Oh, God. How the hell do you describe Witch Haven? Basically, I forget what company made this game. But it's their, response to Heretic and Hexen. It's a first-person... I use this term very loosely. First-person shooter. A lot more melee weapons than shooting weapons.
Okay.
Brutally hard. And yeah, that's really it. It's like an old school game, like in the vein of Heretic, Hexen, Quake, Doom, all that. But medieval, like Heretic and Hexen.
Okay. All right.
It's fun. I mean, it's mouse controls are weird when you start playing older games because it doesn't necessarily do the whole looking side to side, up and down properly. But you can usually fix it by screwing around with the game files and stuff. So I'm just gotta find that.
You want to hear the Wikipedia of what Witch Haven is?
Sure.
It's a dark fantasy first-person shooter video game developed by Capstone Software and published by Intracorp Entertainment. Its sword and sorcery themed story tasks the Knight Grondeval with a quest to seek out and destroy a lair of witches in their titular fortress, fighting hordes of hostile monsters along the way. It features action role-playing elements such as leveling, as well as an emphasis on melee combat. And that's about it.
Yeah.
So
that's really it.
It was praised for its atmosphere and gory combat, but criticism for some aspects of gameplay. Which
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about it, I think this was the no, another game. But we'll talk about that. The gory combat, yeah, it was some of the more accurate gory combat. I suppose at the time, because like blood sort of rendered in like the world. It wasn't just like a sprite turning into another sprite when things like took damage. But a game that did it better would come later on, a game that I want to pick up on Steam. I believe it's releasing soon. Chasm the Rift, first-person shooter. One of the first, if not the first-person shooter to feature dismemberment in a way where if you like shot off, tore off, hacked off somebody's arm and they had like weapons and stuff there, they would no longer use those weapons, but they're not necessarily dead either. So yeah, that was a neat game. Also had a boss that was a pain in the butt because there was no way to kill him other than luring him into a trap. Real fun.
Oh, interesting. I like hack and slashing.
Anyway, yeah.
Do body parts off. I like doing that. It's a lot of fun. Adam, what'd you do?
Genesis, I didn't do too much. I just played Tome. Our friend.
Oh God.
Culling.
Okay.
Our friend Culling. He Edward Culling. Thank you. He played it, recommended it because he said it was an easy plat, and he said it was basically like Bug Snacks or Pokemon Snap. And I was like, all right, let me give it a shot. And I played it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. And then there was DLC, like a free DLC, that was like an hour and a half, 2 hours long, and I did that as well and got the platinum. So I'm up to 121 platinums now. So Stray broke my my drought of video games. But I haven't really played anything since I beat Tome. But yeah, that's really all I played, and then I haven't really watched anything. Oh, the new season of Nailed It came out. It was only 4 episodes, and it was Halloween based.
Really?
Yeah, it was great. It was really funny. It was good. I liked it. A lot of Netflix.
Did she get any wider, or did she get any skinnier?
Who?
What's her name? Nicole.
I don't know. I don't really judge the host based on her size.
Well, she looked like she was on track of losing weight for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it just backfired. And I was like,
I noticed that with Jacques, because
Jacques lost a lot of weight.
He lost a lot of weight. He's got a gut in this season.
Oh, so he got it back.
But also, she's wearing a lot of big dresses. But I'll tell you what, this season, hysterical. I was laughing so hard in a lot of the episodes. Because at one point, they ate a cake, and they're like, oh my god, it actually is a cake. And they're like, I've been doing 6 seasons of the show, and no one's ever given us a cake.
Oh my god.
And it was so funny. Oh my god, it was... it's good season, only 4 episodes, about 30 to 45 minutes apiece. So
they'll probably have another one come by like January for like the new
year. This one was like Halloween themed, but also was like Cobra Kai and Umbrella Academy and themed. So
interesting.
Yeah, but only 4 episodes, but highly recommend. I got it done in one night. That, and I also watched an episode of Miss Marvel. I haven't watched any more of Miss Marvel just because I haven't felt like it, and also I've been tired the last couple days.
You have been tired, yes.
Oh my god! This is a fun story. Real quick though, it's not really about what I played. Last night when I was on with Genesis, I got off at what, like 12:20, 12:30, something like that. And I literally was like, I'm about to fall asleep. I hit enter rest mode, and then I woke up with the controller in my hands and the headset on my head.
So you didn't even when you hit that button, you just got knocked
I
out.
hit that button and I put myself into rest mode until my alarm went off. I slept in the same position, holding my controller with my headphones on, basically looking at my TV. I opened my eyes and I was straight looking at my TV. And I was like, well, I was very tired, I guess. I don't move in my sleep. I've already told you this.
Yes.
Yeah,
I just your body didn't cramp up sitting in the same exact
No, I was
position?
okay. I thought I was gonna have like shoulder and neck pain, and as the day went on, I was getting like real nervous. But no, I was fine. I was shocked at that, but yeah, it was pretty wild. But I fell asleep immediately. Wild. Kevin, your mic was doing that thing.
Oh.
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you, Adam. What did I play? I played more Soul Hackers 2. I am trying to get through it. I keep getting distracted by all the side quests that I want to do, and it's that. I mean, you know how I play video games, especially RPGs. It's just any sane person, I think, would just go to either drink a bunch of alcohol or jump off a bridge, seeing the way that I play. Yeah. I played a little bit of Hot Wheels with my younger brother and Desinoto. That was fun, and I put fun in quotation marks because the online system, not good. You can't you can't join public matches as a party, which is something that's so simple, I feel, and it's just not implemented in that game. Some of the tracks, absolutely idiotic and stupid. Some of the tracks, pretty well done. And then there's some tracks where I'm like, you designed this so that somebody could just go and commit suicide. Like you did this because you wanted to see people hang themselves. This is what you did this for. There are psychopaths who play Hot Wheels. I'm not one of them, but the psychopaths who play Hot Wheels. I watched She-Hulk last night, and I think that's all that I played and watched. Sonoda's not here yet.
Real quick, hype-ass episode of She-Hulk.
Very, very cool episode. I love the joke of she kept saying, "Oh, episode should be over, right? It's not over yet.
We're doing that this episode.
we're still going. Oh, are we gonna walk into Red Hulk? Are we gonna she's like giving us unnecessary whatever fan theories or whatever, and I was just like, well.
And then she loses control, and it was fantastic.
Man, she got pissed.
She got pissed, and I can't wait.
She was upset. But yeah, well, I think next week's the season finale, so we will probably give our comprehensive review next Tuesday. So look forward to hearing about Adam and I talk about She-Hulk. Kevin, what would you like to go for first? Your board game, or would you like to hit the target with a semi-automatic rifle?
We're gonna. Wow, what?
Well, I mean, you know your feelings on your topic. You know that.
Yeah, that's all right. I already forgot one of the 3 topics I told you.
What?
We're gonna start with the Midnight Club real quick because this is a show. So the Midnight Club from Mike Flanagan, I think his name is. I don't remember. Adam, correct me. All right, I must have it right. All right, so anyway, people behind Haunting of Hill House and Midnight Mass. Another show on Netflix called The Midnight Club, and it centers around some children who are terminally ill at a sort of hospice care place, like a really nice mansion thing. Also looks like a mansion that comes straight out of a horror movie. But anyway, so the show is kind of presented as a horror thing, and yes, it is horror. However, it's a very slow burn horror. It's not really in your face. It's not like a ghost thing. There's not a whole lot of jump scares and stuff going on. There's just enough to keep the tension high enough. The shine is how they've chosen to do like some character development and progress the story. Or at least I like how they're progressing the story and doing everything else. Um, Much in the vein of like, Are You Afraid of the Dark or Tales from the Crypt? The children, the reason why it's called the Midnight Club, every night at midnight will sneak down into the library to tell horror stories, ghost stories, random stories. It doesn't necessarily need to be horror. That's kind of what they go for, but it doesn't mean that like that's the type of story you have to tell. Um, but they do this off the top of their head. They don't like write this out. They're not like thumbing through note cards or anything like that. They're just doing it from their mind, which means they're building off of either their own experiences, things that happen throughout the day, their life, their outlook on life, their mental state, whatever. So it gives you an interesting view into all these characters that have terminal illnesses. Um, and just to throw it out there, why they've all come to this hospice is the hospice sort of has this weird mission statement-y sort of thing where it's not all about the constant um, tests and oh well this is like the cutting edge thing that like we could try out to see if it works for you and like repeated surgeries, repeated medical procedures, all sorts of. They have medical staff on hand, they will help you, but it's more about recover on your own, be around good influence, have fun, and that will be your road to recovery sort of ideal. And there have been success stories from here of people who have been 100% cured, which is odd. Um, so it's a very interesting show that there's an overarching story that I just feel I hope there's another season. I haven't looked into it. Um, but I can already tell that like in the next two episodes I'm watching, this can't really end. So there better be more to this. Because I'm digging it. But like it's a very slow build up to potentially a very big bursting of horror and supernatural stuff, or it'll just continue along this slow burn sort of path until whenever the hell the show decides to end, and they'll just keep it as like a creepy story sort of thing where every episode gives you one of the children's stories or maybe even two of the children's stories in the Midnight Club meeting, along with a little bit of like detailing around it. um because the spirits, phantasms, supernatural stuff that happens, it's unclear as to whether or not it is happening, it's in everyone's mind, or it's a weird symbolism of things to come. And I like it. I like that it's not. I don't know why. I usually don't like horror that is so almost like it just can't make up its mind as to how it wants to portray itself in whatever movie, TV show, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they're doing it here, it's like, okay, I don't want to say like specifics because this show literally just came out. I think it was like October 7th. It was the day it dropped. Um, but like there's certain things that happen over and over, and like one of the things that comes straight out of the trailer, they do a lot with shadows. And for the most part, the stuff they do with shadows is very consistent with a certain thing. So it's like, okay, but there's times when it seems nobody can see it, and there's times when it seems like, well, not even seems. There's times when people can see it. So it's interesting.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. It's weird. It's not creepy. It's not scary. At least not for me. It's more of an unsettling TV show. And the stories that these children are coming up. Granted, I know like writers came up with these stories, but like the stories these children tell are quite interesting. It's very reminiscent of like Nickelodeon's Are You Afraid of the Dark, but for adults. So if like that's your thing at all, totally give this show a chance.
Interesting.
Or like if you like Tales from the Crypt, similar concept. And it's really all I've got, because I when I finish it, I'll hopefully be able to have more. But like, it's weird. It's not necessarily a show where like there is a story going on. There is with these children, but it hasn't gone anywhere. But I'm still hooked and watching episodes.
I mean, it's doing its job then of hooking you on. I mean,
like,
it's definitely got your attention.
It's weird because the episodes are like here's a good way of putting it. The episode is like 45 minutes long. At least half are like the children telling stories. So there's not a whole lot that like progresses in the real world, but there's already some interesting little tidbits that have come up, and there's some things that everyone has discovered through exploring this mansion.
Sure.
That there's a lot of mystery. It's almost like oh, I dare not. I don't want to say this. It's almost like Lost in the first season, where you just get a whole bunch of questions.
Oh God.
But hopefully, unlike Lost, this doesn't go complete soap opera.
Flanagan answers questions.
Mm-hmm.
So
but I don't know, man. I know this is like a terrible, I don't know, preview, review, whatever, because I don't really have a whole lot of specifics to talk about here. But there's really not a whole lot that goes on. But I'm there. I'm hooked.
I have a question.
I've been watching at least 2 hours a day.
Damn.
I stood up or stayed up, whatever, till 5 a.m. the one night to just watch episodes.
Damn.
It's so good.
I have a question.
Go for it.
A lot of jump scares?
Not really. Yeah. Only yes, because of how drastic the volume level changes, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a whole lot of like camera cuts and stuff. Honestly, most of the horror, they want you to see the whole thing, and it makes it even creepier.
The only reason I asked that is because I'm going to read a little snippet of a news article. The season premiere, entitled The Final Chapter, has just been awarded a Guinness World Record for the most scripted jump scares in a single episode of television, with the startling 21 jump scares.
Interesting.
21
jump scares in one scene in the first episode. So I just was curious if it was in every episode.
You know, I couldn't even like tell you what they were. I mean, jump scares, I guess, are vary from person to person. Although you say
they have a clear
so
definition.
It's more obvious. Yeah. I mean, I guess.
Well, I mean,
I don't remember it.
It's the Akami or whatever. Aki is telling a story or something, walking in a hallway or whatever. Jump. You know it.
Never mind. Okay. No, I do know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so that is during the story. Yes. Okay, so there are a lot of jump scares in that story. However, don't let that dissuade you. There's a reason for that.
Oh, very well aware of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It wasn't dissuading me. I'll never watch this.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like
just
kids.
Saying for the audience we don't have, you know?
Yeah, I don't like kids. I'll never watch this. Also, Mike Flanagan, I hear he makes a good TV show. Not for me.
Mm-hmm.
You like Midnight Mass? You like all the others, I'm sure?
Oh, I thought Midnight Mass was great. And, like, I see where people would complain about it. But, like, I thought it was a really interesting way of looking at things, but in, like, religion. I'm also super hyped for House of Usher whenever that drops. Anyway, yeah.
Nice.
Good show. I recommend.
Sounds like it's cool.
Like I said, don't like if you don't normally like super scary horror and you think like, oh god, no, this would be too scary for me. Like, give it a chance. It's not overly scary, and it's a lot of like storytelling. So like. Unsettling. If you don't do unsettling, don't watch this. And if you don't do suicide or self-harm, don't watch this. Oh my god, don't do that. There's warnings all over for that.
Also, don't do suicide.
Yeah, just don't do that. But I mean, like the whole self harm, like it's not like there's self harm that's incredibly graphic or anything like that, but like it's kind of an ever present theme due to the fact that these children have basically no hope. So yeah.
Well, let's take away more of your hope. Have them cause more self harm at that point. Let's go ahead and do that. I want to show with that. Anywho.
All right, so now we're going to talk about Blizzard. All right, so.
Go for it, Kevin. Go for it. What else you got for us?
Oh, my God. All right, the fun never ends with Overwatch 2, let me tell you. No. So, I got a couple new news stories for Overwatch 2 Blizzard. So this one, I wasn't even aware was a thing until my friend who's playing Overwatch 2 actually told me about it. Doing ranked matches and placements, he just led with, oh yeah, no, it's just broken, and I'm like, oh okay, and he told me like, oh yeah, I finished my placements, and the way that they do it was so many wins or so many losses, like 5 wins or like 10 losses, whatever happens first or whatever, and then your placements are done, and he did it in like 7, so like 5 wins, 2 losses or whatever it was, right? Cool. Bronze 5, and he was like, okay, well, whatever. I mean, maybe it was because they also like take into account your rank from Overwatch 1, which he played, and that decayed to all hell because he stopped playing it for like 2 years. And he's like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll fight my way back out. This will be fine. So the way you rank up apparently is 7 wins or like 20 losses or something like that. It's something stupid. I don't even know how that math works. I feel like everybody should be ranking up at that point. Like if you're losing more than 33% of your matches, I'm super confused. But anyway, there might be more to that formula. But he's like winning about 60 to 70% of matches. And he has ranked up 4 times to bronze 5. And if you think I'm going crazy, no, that is the same rank. And this bug is affecting many people right now.
So he played a bunch of matches. He won all those matches. And he didn't gain anything out of it, is what you're telling me.
The game says, oh yeah, you're moving up a rank to bronze 5. He is in literal elo hell because he can't move up. The game won't let him.
Oh my god. What a nightmare. What a nightmare.
The other thing that's fun, apparently there were 2 bugs with heroes, Torbjorn and Bastion. Bastion had some bug where he was in his ultimate permanently.
I thought of that too.
Bastion
I'm sorry, Kevin, go ahead.
No, you're good. Bastion was in ultimate permanently. Torbjorn had some weird cooldown bug or whatever, where something was up too often. Great. So they decided, oh, we are going to lock them from ranked play and fix them. Cool. That's a normal thing for game companies to do, especially like locking things out of ranked. You know, you're playing casual, yeah, whatever. But you don't want that in ranked play. Sure, makes sense. However,
you don't want filthy casuals in ranked play.
This is Blizzard. No. Hold on. This is Blizzard. So there's a twist. You ready for the twist? 12 other characters also got locked at the same time.
Oh my god. Hold on. So wait. Desinoto, listen. First of all, you are dead. I stabbed you a bunch of times, threw you in a ditch. So don't start texting on here as if you're alive somehow, okay? First of all. Second of all, you're a Genji main? How is Genji in Overwatch 2? Is he even present in Overwatch 2? I'm pretty sure he is, right?
Is he president? Yeah, no, they're all present? In Overwatch 2.
Yeah. Oh, they're all, yeah.
Everybody's in Overwatch 2. Overwatch 1 basically became Overwatch 2, just in a really, really, really bad way. But, that's fine.
Right.
But yeah, no, so they locked out 2 characters from ranked play, and now there's a good chunk of people who can't actually play another 12 characters on top of that, so that's fun.
How do you manage something like that when just trying to lock 2 characters and you lock out 12?
I was trying to figure it out for an hour last night before going to bed. Like, as I was laying there, falling asleep, I was thinking about it. I have no idea. I don't understand how the
Did you accidentally hit the 12 character button instead of 2? Guys, we can either lock 2 characters or we can lock 12. Let's make sure we hit 2. Oh yeah, okay, so it's 2 plus 12. Oh my god. Leave it to Blizzard to do something like this.
Did you mean 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2? Is that what you meant?
Or did you mean 2, 2, 2, 2, and 6? Did you want to do that, and add an additional 2 afterwards? How about we put one of the 2 in parentheses, and then we add the other 2 as an exponent here? How about that? Let's just make everything complicated, and let's mess everything up for players who want to play this game.
Oh my god!
I don't even know why you make this game in the first place. This was an update to Overwatch 1.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, that's fun. We'll continue to
Given I have questions for
watch
you.
that. Yo, what up?
Well, first thing I want to point out, there's this guy on Twitter. I think. I know Genesis is aware of him. His name is Benji. He just tweets out
you mentioned, yes.
Yeah, he tweets out like stuff. He was complaining about Overwatch 2 because he's in ranked matches, but he keeps getting kicked from games. And then earlier today he got banned because of leaving ranked matches, even though he kept getting kicked. The game recognized him as leaving them. So he was like, I can't play for an hour. So he was not happy about that. And then I want to get your opinion on the phone number thing. I don't know if have you heard about the phone number requirement?
So before you start, I've heard. I don't know details, so educate me a little bit.
All right, hold on. Let me pull up an article.
Apparently, Call of Duty is going to require this as well.
That's why I wanted to get Kevin's opinion on it.
Yeah. I saw that, and I was like, oh God, please no. Because I heard it was something with like Cricket and other people's that were having issues because they couldn't actually set up a 2-step or something like that.
Wow. You have Cricket?
No.
No, some
Do you
people.
listen?
No, he doesn't.
You mentioned Cricket,
so
he
also has a child, even though.
No.
He's a busy
The people
man.
I read something about people on Cricket were having issues.
I see.
I don't have Cricket. I have whoever TracFone goes through. I think it's T-Mobile, but I don't know.
No, that's Verizon.
Oh, it's Verizon. Okay.
That's Verizon.
So it's a majority of players who are having issues are people on prepaid phone plans. It's like a phone protect plan in order to prevent like scam or fraud accounts. So people don't just get fake phone numbers or like a prepaid phone just to create another account. And it's basically, everyone's been calling it like a classist like issue. Because
a classist issue?
Yeah, because a prepaid phone is usually something that somebody with lower amount of wealth would get. So it's classist.
Or it could be that somebody who's very wealthy gets because they want to remain anonymous and they want to have a separate phone number. Like, that's a dumb...
Yeah, they want to run drugs.
Yeah, anyway, keep going. I'm sorry.
Well,
I just thought that was so stupid.
You thought it was stupid, but then you gave it a very, very specific example that was very strange, which is definitely not the majority. So that's why the classist explanation does work.
Okay.
Because there's far more poor people than there are wealthy people who want to remain anonymous, and their option is to go prepaid phone? What about the 800 things that they could just buy?
There are way more poor people than wealthy people going to postpaid, and I can guarantee you that 700%. I'll stake my own child on that.
Okay, so according to Genesis, all the people who can't get into Overwatch 2, majority of them are rich people trying to remain anonymous.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the classist
weird
is
thing
stupid.
To speak up on.
Because there's just another thing for the fucking... Oh my God, never mind. Just keep going. Keep talking.
Another thing for what? No. Let's deep dive into this.
I don't want to deep dive in anything. Just keep going with this.
So anyways, let's get back to this classist policy. Ride their own policy with helping users create like a battle.net account where you can access it without phone numbers, but that's mostly not worked for people, and sometimes it's still required a phone. And it's a huge issue. It's a huge issue, and now Call of Duty looks to be doing this as well. So I just wanted to
because it uses battle.net. So first of all, what is the point of this? What are they trying to do?
To prevent cheating, and also to prevent rich people from trying to be anonymous.
No. Like, what is the actual? Like, I don't understand because
Uh,
this isn't two-step authentication.
it's partly two-step authentication, and then I
Yeah.
believe using a phone number in this would God, is that to be able to like fucking distinguish between people? Is that what the phone number would be
So you
other than
can't have
two-factor?
Smurf accounts? Like, that seems stupid.
Because a phone number would be unique to your IP. I would assume when you associate your phone number with whatever account you're making, that's I guess associating a phone number with IP. I don't quite understand why, besides two-factor authentication, you'd have this. The only thing I can think of is 2FA.
Well, no, but you could do that so many other ways that Blizzard has already done.
Emails and other things.
The best way that Blizzard did it, because I freaking hate the fact that everybody has gone phone app. The best way that Blizzard did it was back in WoW Cataclysm, I think, where they actually allowed you to buy a thing that gave you a code. You push a button, it gives you a code. I don't know what the hell you call it. It's not really a USB stick or anything, but like they gave you just a little keychain thing. Oh, I gotta log into my thing. I'll set up the two-factor authentication with this little guy. So then all you gotta do is push the button, type your code in, done. No text messages, no SMS, no freaking app that needs like 8 million different verification codes whenever you need to upgrade your phone or move
You're
it to
talking
another
about
thing.
like a UBO key, like a multi-factor authentication, just key that you plug in to use.
No, you push a button, it generates the code that they would email you or they would text you, like the 6 numbers or whatever. You just
Oh,
type it in.
like an
It's
authenticator
only
app.
yeah. It's like an
I'm
authenticator
sorry.
app, but like no, but like in a physical thing. That was it. It was great because that
Oh,
thing is there. Like
I've never
I
seen that.
had I had an authenticator thingy for some app. I don't remember what app it was, but with Rainbow Six Siege. But when I upgraded my phone, I moved the thing over, but it had to re-authenticate, and it needed one of the freaking like 6 codes they give you to tell you like, oh yeah, save these things. I'm like, it's been 3 years. I don't know where the hell I put these goddamn things.
Wait a minute.
It's all right. It's all right. We got it sorted out. The customer service is real good. But
Hold on a minute. Wait, you upgraded a phone and I didn't know about that?
Yeah. I'm not going to anything else. I'm not doing a contract phone. Track phone was
I'm not
freaking cheap.
doing a track. I'm not saying to do. Nobody does contracts anymore.
Anyways, I found an update on Kotaku about this. We already knew about Kevin upgrading. You were already told of it some time ago, and I'm glad that you forgot about it just to get re-mad at it. Good times. So Kotaku noticed interviewed a bunch of people, and they found that the big issue with this is if you're using a known prepaid phone plan, Blizzard was detecting it as this is what they thought was an issue. But if you're using one that is not popular, like if you're in another country, Blizzard wasn't blocking it. So it was mostly only affecting Americans.
Right.
And funny, very funny. Somebody in the comments on this article took a Genesis position and said, "I know several people making $70,000 to $100,000 who use Mint, $20 a month for the best service I've ever had. Meanwhile, I've met plenty of people who paid $150 a month, and they make less than minimum wage."
Yeah.
So, just want you to know, Genesis, this Ashley Bardhan is on your side.
Wow.
But everyone on the Reddit is a college student, and they're like, I have a prepaid phone plan because if I can't make my payment, they don't go after me with collections. They just turn off my phone.
Yeah.
And that's why they chose the prepaid. So
it's also cheap as shit.
It's cheap as shit.
But anyway, yeah, okay. So I'm guessing the main reason they're doing this is phone number that they're somehow going to verify. And
Yeah,
you
but
can't
I
just
could
make these up.
I could walk into a store and buy 6 different prepaid SIMs and say, I want to have 6 different numbers. What's the difference from me making 6 different accounts that didn't require phone numbers to buying 6 because I have to spend money to buy phone numbers? I guess that's going to deter people.
All right, well, then never mind.
The big issue with this is you could also just get a phone number online for free off of like
Google
a fake, off of a website.
Google Fi will give you one.
Yeah, and it would work, but it was literally just blocking people with prepaid phones.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay,
so it was like, what is this actually preventing?
Again, I can't think of anything besides two-factor authentication. Like this. Which
there's better solutions for, yeah.
Well, yeah, you have authenticator apps, you have emails, you have other things that you can do. I just don't know the purpose of this. This doesn't make sense.
I don't get it. I hope to hell that Call of Duty doesn't have this, especially since I don't know how it would work because you're going to have Call of Duty and you're going to have Warzone 2.0. And then
but you use the same Activision ID for both, I would assume, right?
I have no idea.
It's because if you log into Warzone right now, it's the same. Use the same Activision ID on Modern Warfare that you do on Warzone.
Technically, don't know that.
I feel like I'd know that if I just go into the name and check my Activision account, right?
Sure, but on a programming side of things, you have your account info. But if they have to assign you any sort of identification number on their end, you could have
differ
two
depending
separate
on the application
ones for different apps. Yeah, I don't know that that's a thing, but it could be. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't think there's a point to this. Just freaking release authenticators. Have people buy them for $5. There, make more money a legit way. Oh my god, I love those little things, by the way. I would totally buy more if people offered them.
I at this point I use an authenticator app for most of my things that I do. The only thing is that thing like you mentioned before, if you Hola Angel 0802K, I don't know who you are, but hola. We don't speak Spanish here, unfortunately. Learn English.
Oh my God! What the hell? So, you can say no, don't. What the? Apologize to Angel. What the hell was that?
I'm not apologizing for anything.
We don't speak Spanish, but we know what hola means. Just say hello back, you asshole. What the hell?
I did say hola back. Te puedo contar un secreto? I don't know. Mi
Can you keep a secret?
Al huevo delgado con votas con uno. I don't know what you're saying here. If you're saying something about a bathroom, I apologize because I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm so sorry about that. I'm not sorry for before what I said. I'm sorry that I don't understand what you're saying because I wish I could insult you back. So,
Jesus.
I completely lost my train of thought what I was saying, actually. I was talking about the authenticator app.
Yeah.
I have one of those that I use to log into a couple of different things that I end up doing. I think it's phone. So you could have... Okay, so if you wrote the word just translated, you couldn't write anything else in English? You son of a... What a fucker. What a piece of shit.
Oh my God.
Go back to ESL, you piece of shit.
What the hell? What the hell, man? He's just mad that rich people are just using shitty prepaid phones to anonymously go around the world. This is probably one of them, being like, don't tell the secrets, let them believe the poor. Only use
I don't know if that's what I only secreto I could imagine stood for secret. I mean, if what's his name? What do we call him today? Culling? If Culling was there, maybe he could translate. He's part Spanish and part Jewish anyway.
Jesus Christ.
He's part what?
I don't know what is secret. What is that? Is it a purple?
You think Culling is part Spanish and Jewish?
He's also part black. Don't worry about it. That's where he gets the height from.
You know, white people can be tall too.
I've never seen one. Never seen one in my life.
You know
That's
what?
just a mess.
Let's just move on. I can't.
I might actually use my translate thing real quick because I want to know what he's saying, actually.
Oh my god. Alright, while he does that, we're gonna move on, because I'm gonna call this. Oh god. Alright. Board game review.
Please go ahead.
Sorry, I had to do some coffee. Alright. So, board game. Ex Libris. Good luck finding this game, by
Can
the
you
way.
translate that?
No.
I'm trying to.
It's Latin. I think it's out of libraries or something like that.
What?
Or of libraries. I
Past
don't know.
tips to eliminate blacks? What?
What the?
I literally. Hang on. I'm gonna take another picture of what he says now because I'm
You were
genuinely
racist
curious
to the
what-
guy, and the guy was saying racist things. I don't know what's going on.
Anyway, we're just gonna roll forward with this game. All right, so Ex Libris. This is an interesting competitive multiplayer board game that is a
Yes.
somewhat worker placement game, and also like a victory point game where you try to manipulate things throughout the game so that you score big points at the end and come out the winner. What kind of game is this? You own a library in a town. Your library is not necessarily a normal library, however. There are all kinds of different libraries, from a garbage dump and a flea market sort of deal, all the way to things like an igloo and a Sears, like a Mystic place, and everything else in between. Lots of different options. Dungeon,
Angel,
all kinds of
I don't know why they don't
Um,
have the N word in their vocabulary. How am I
each
supposed to know that? You are the one who's speaking Spanish. I am just translating what you're
is
saying.
happening? You interrupted Kevin's board game review to respond with that?
I don't know why he's asking me this. I'm
Don't
sorry, Kevin. Go ahead.
ban that racist Spanish man.
I'm sorry,
right.
Kevin. Please go ahead.
After the band hammer drops. All right, so anyway, you have all these different libraries that you could possibly be like doing things with and blah blah blah. Great. Um, with all or they're technically not libraries because they're more bookstores. But anyway, these different locations are going to be where you get books from. Yeah, I guess bookstores makes more sense. You get books from those bookstores to add to your library. Now, with all these random bookstores you're going to, if they didn't sound magical already, they basically are. There's different special actions that you can take based on whatever place you're going to and all this other stuff. That's not that important. Through all of this and through acquiring all these books, what you are trying to do is make the best library in town. Now, what exactly does this entail? A lot. Which makes the game really interesting. So everything that's taken into account when final scoring eventually takes place. Alphabetical order of books. The shelf stability. So as you add more books to your library, they have to be placed orthogonally. I forget what the hell the word is. Either left, right, up, or down from another existing book. But you can only go 3 books high. Length, I'm pretty sure, does not matter. And so the shelf stability is the biggest square or rectangle that you can make with all the books that you have on your shelf at the end of the game. So you want to try to keep things basically as tight packed as possible while going up to that 3 height limit with the books. But you also have to keep them in alphabetical order and other things. You're also graded on how many prominent works you have. Every time you play the game, there is a prominent work in your town. This is the one that is the most sought after by its inhabitants. So the more you have of those, the more bonus points you will get. On the flip side, there will be randomly chosen banned books. For every banned type of book that you have, you will be penalized points. Sometimes you can earn more points. It all depends on some other random little things that can happen in the game. Typically speaking, you're only losing points for those. And then you also have categorical variety. So at the end of the game, you earn a lot of points for the lowest amount of book type in your library. So there are 6 different types of books in the game. There are corrupted codices, fantastical fictions, historic volumes, spells and potions, reference texts, and monster manuals. So of those 6 different categories, whichever one you have the least amount of books in, you earn a bunch of points for. So if you can keep all of these different categories going up at a relatively even rate, you will score the most amount of points. And on top of all of what I've mentioned, there's also the library focus. At the beginning of the game, you are given a secret focus that no one else will know. These are the kinds of books that your library wants to focus on the most, and you earn bonus points for how many of those books you have. So, if this hasn't made it clear, there's a lot of stuff to score with. And that's what makes this game so freaking fun. Because generally speaking, when you're playing a game where you're supposed to like manipulate your own board in ways to score the most points, everybody else at the table has a decent idea of how well you're doing. And while you can see a good chunk just by looking at how a player is doing, there's a lot of secret stuff and some other things to consider that it's not as easy to figure out if you're winning or losing at a quick. So if you play like I do, I don't allow anybody at the table to like sit there and study someone else's thing. It's like no. You get to look and see what you can see from there, but sitting down. Other than that, no. It makes it more interesting. Everybody gets more into the whole like their own personal strategy as opposed to like screwing everybody else over because it's a lot harder to do in this game as opposed to other games. Like, gosh, what's a game that's somewhat similar? There's a Dungeons and Dragons game that I can't remember the name of. Dungeons and Dragons Waterdeep something. It's a weird worker placement victory point game that is a lot easier to actually like manipulate and make sure you are the winner through just screwing everybody else out of points, which is kind of boring in my opinion. This game, I really enjoy it because you have so much to focus on with your own stuff going on that you just try to do you really by the end of it. Because then at the end of the game, you have all those different categories that you're being graded on, and alphabetical order is like one of the more important things because if things are not in alphabetical order, the inspector that comes through to see who has the best library will remove books from your collection, so then they don't count for anything at all. And it's fun. It's a very fun game. Takes a good chunk of time to play, a little north of an hour usually. But I enjoy it. It's hard to come by. I randomly was able to acquire it through my local game store, getting lucky. 1 to 4 players, and yeah, fun little game. Just set aside about an hour, a little over an hour. Learning the game is not really all that hard. It kind of explains the game backwards, which actually works really well. The instruction manual explains first how you win and then how you play, and it makes a lot of sense to do it that way because everything matters at the end. So you need to know what you're building toward to be able to build into it. So props to them for actually writing the instruction manual in the way that you should learn the game, as opposed to you having to flip all over the place and read the instruction manual multiple times over. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a fun little game. Not a whole lot going on. A lot of randomness to it, but not necessarily random luck chance. There is a lot of strategy involved, and if you know what you're doing, you can usually win pretty consistently. Ex Libris from Renegade Games.
Thank you, Kevin, for that in-depth review of this board game.
What's it called? Genesis?
I was too busy arguing with this son of a bitch. Who left? Okay? The piece of shit decided to use Duolingo and have all of these Spanish words come up here. And the pisstard had no idea what any word he put up meant. Fucking stupid, illiterate Spanish fucks.
Okay,
I
so
don't
ex
know.
libris is a term. This is not. I mean, it is Latin, I guess, but it's also just apparently a normal term. Used as an inscription on a book plate to show the name of the book's owner.
Oh.
The only book I'm gonna fucking have is a translation from English to Spanish so I can curse this dude out.
Uh-huh.
That's what I want to have.
You know how you solve that real quick?
But
You just
banning
ban
him?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he left.
It's okay though. We can learn from this.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely learn not to invite any foreign people to this chat.
Wow.
Well, you know, I don't. Genesis has been classist. He's been a little racist. We're learning a lot in this episode. We're learning a lot.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
Next thing you know,
anybody
I'm
have any
sexist, and on
questions?
top of that, I don't
Questions,
know what else.
comments, concerns for Ex Libris? Are we moving on?
Can I have a request for next week's game?
Ooh, I'm
Board
ready.
game. Okay. Is there a board game that has like a
I'm ready. No, come on.
What do you think? Why are you all gone for? What do you think I'm gonna say?
Then just finish, and then I'll
Yeah,
tell
give it
you.
to me.
Okay. Is there any sort of board games that have come up recently that have to do with like, because the whole multiverse is a huge thing now, not specifically Marvel, but like, is there any sort of like multiverse type of board game where people are like getting, God, how am I explaining this? You get different scenarios on a card every single time, and you have to like get through those scenarios, and those scenarios have like random luck, random chance to do different things. My like touching any sort of board game, or is that too broad of a request?
Keep going.
Okay, so you have scenarios, they change based on what happens in the board game, and those scenarios have like other conditions that can be met that would then change it into positive or negative scenarios. I vaguely heard of something that was similar to this. I never got the name of it. And I heard it was just through passing out conversation that I heard some board game that sounded like this, and I was like, I wonder what that board game is. I was like, you know what? The only person who's gonna know is Kevin that I know
of. I'm not entirely sure exactly what you're looking for. Are you looking for a branching campaign sort of deal?
Maybe that's
where based on your outcome, it determines what the next thing like is.
Kind of like, you know how they have the games where they do the video games where they're like text adventures, and depending on what you choose, you then change the outcome of what you're doing.
Oh my god, man! I got a perfect game
this
for
man
that.
wants Oregon Trail.
No, that actually is a board game.
I know. That's why I said that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you knew.
I don't know a lot of things.
I don't know anything about Oregon Trail, but what I can give you, there's two different things that come to mind. There is a branching campaign that is persistent. That's Arkham Horror, the card game.
Okay.
Characters, basically, general idea here is like, if a character dies, the character's dead. Period. If you have things happen, the game will actually tell you when a case ends. Make note of this, and when you make those notes, they will come up later in the campaign. And some other fun things like that, or this might be more along what you're saying. This War of Mine, 1900 scripted events that play out kind of like a choose your own adventure sort of book where you just try to live as long as you can.
Okay. I think I like the War of Mine one. Oregon Trail I played this War of Mine. I've played Oregon Trail on the computer and stuff like that before. I'm assuming the board game is vastly different than what is in the game.
I know nothing about it. I know it exists. That's all. Unfortunately.
Okay. I'm down for either or, but that would be my request then.
Okay. Well, let's do this War of Mine. That one's different. I like that game. We'll do this War of Mine next week.
Now, what was the godding for?
What do you mean?
Adam.
Oh.
I just worry about anything that's about to come out of your mouth.
Excuse me. What did you think I was going to say?
Nothing specific. I just worry about anything that comes out of your mouth.
Although
I will
real quick. because I don't know where that's about to go. I will, however, also mention there's going to be a second pass at a couple games that I've already talked about. Spirit Island. Horizons of Spirit Island I was finally available to purchase at Target, so I picked that up. That is a Target exclusive for 2 years. That will be the only place you can pick it up from. I can talk about that and add that onto the whole Spirit Island experience. And then coming up probably early December, mid-September, or December, maybe in the new year. We'll see. It all depends on when I can get it and when I can play it. There's another Undaunted expansion coming out that I am hype for, called Undaunted Stalingrad. That is basically a 15 scenario long campaign done like a legacy game, where it's Soviet versus German soldiers in the city of Stalingrad. And if you go, oh, I'm going to fortify this building. That building is fortified until it's destroyed. And if it's destroyed, that building is destroyed for the rest of the campaign. As long as you're fighting in that area, it'll be there and it'll be destroyed. Very interesting, persistent campaign. It's all done with tokens. There's not any actual permanent damage or anything being done to the game itself, so you can continue to replay it. The best part is there are 150 different mission briefings in the game, which leads me to believe that these 15 scenarios you'll be playing through the campaign, depending on what happens in each one, will determine what the next scenario is, next mission briefing that you get, and therefore the replayability of this bad boy is going to be insane, which is great news for war game fans. I'm really excited to look into this game and play it with people, and I already have people lined up to play with. It'll be just finding a day.
I like the sound of all of that. I cannot wait to see that one.
Yeah.
Or hear about that one, actually, I should say.
But yeah, okay. So I think this War of Mine is more like what you're looking for. So we'll talk about this War of Mine next time. I got to refresh myself on those rules. Oh boy. Not really rules, how the game plays. All right. I'll play
refresh away, my friend. Refresh.
Good solo game. Also, I don't think there's any maximum player count for that game. Anyway.
Infinite amount?
Yeah, I think so. Because the players are the collective hive mind of the characters in the game. Real fun. If you role play it out too, it can be real interesting. But anyway. We'll get into that. Don't you worry. It's a fun game. Also has a save feature. We'll talk about that.
A save feature?
Yep.
Okay. You save, right? So what you're saying is I can save. Are you telling me they've mastered the art of quick?
Yep.
Oh.
They've actually put in a quick save for the board game.
I want to learn how to do that in real life and then just say some things that I don't really want to say, and then I just reload my save.
Wow.
I don't. Never mind. No comment.
It's actually an ingenious way they did it too.
Why would there be no comment on something like that, huh?
I don't know. It just didn't feel warranted.
It didn't feel what? You didn't feel what?
I said it didn't feel warranted.
Oh, I didn't hear a warranted.
Oh, sorry.
Cut out.
He didn't feel the warrant out for your arrest yet. Is it fuzzy? Is it a break?
I mean, I'm sure that'll come. It's okay. I'm sure there's people already filing for the warrant of my arrest. So.
I don't think you know how warrants work, but anyways.
File for a warrant.
Yeah, you're filing for my warrant. They want me arrested. You file for a
what
warrant.
People? Who's doing that? You stop it. Just stop your words. Just
stop your words. We English good here.
Yeah, I know. Our English is fantastic. We're not a third world country, chat here. We're a first world country chat. We talk good English.
Which world? There's always first and third. Is there a second world?
Yeah, second world is where the people who are just on this chat came from. They just don't belong anywhere else. So, anyway, Adam, I think you have a topic you want to talk about, right?
Not really.
You don't want to talk about the news that came out today?
I thought you wanted to talk about that. I didn't have the topic set for it.
Okay, I mean we could talk about it together then. I didn't want to just be like, oh yeah, guys, I'm.
Well, I figured you just bring up the news story and just ask us for comments. That's kind of where I was. with it.
I'm ready. I don't know this news story. I only follow Blizzard apparently.
And
Kevin's up to date on the snow.
On this, right.
Dude, I've heard that apparently we can see snow sometime this month already. GG. Anyway.
This is the perks
Sometime
of living
this
where
month?
we live. Behind, it's called living behind God's back. That's where we live. Adam, you want to talk about this news story real quick?
Why do I have to do it? I thought you were going to. I don't have anything pulled up. I didn't prepare at all for this.
All right, I guess I'll do it.
No, I'll pull it up. Hold on. Give me a second.
I mean, you posted it, and I was like, yeah.
I posted one part of it. That was the whole thing. There's so much here. Facebook had its own thing, or Meta. I'm not calling them that. I'm calling them Facebook. Facebook had their own little show today, and they announced that Xbox Cloud Gaming is coming to the Meta Quest store. So that's something. And then they also bought Camouflage, Twisted Pixel, and Armature Studios, Meta. So that's... And then they also have like a $1,500 business Meta system coming out. And then also...
Quest Pro.
Also, another thing I saw today, John Carmack, which Kevin probably knows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He talked about how he works part-time for Meta now. And Meta's vision for the metaverse is they want it to be like this built thing, that's designed like a business studio or like a business park. And John Carmack was like, this is the stupidest idea. Because a metaverse built on a work and enterprise will fail. It must be a desirable, fun place to hang first and foremost. And a lot of people are running with that, with what he's saying, because he's, honestly, a genius in his field, as everyone knows. So just a lot of meta stuff today. Horrible, mostly horrible. Good for Xbox getting out into the ecosystem. That's about all I got.
They don't have to worry about VR headsets now. They're already in one. I've seen somebody playing, what's it called? Airline driving pilot simulator, whatever the game that's called.
Microsoft Flight Simulator?
There you go. That's the name. Yeah. Listen,
you were so close.
We're from third world countries. Okay, don't worry about it.
We're second world. Remember, you said we were second world.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're second world. Yeah, we don't belong anywhere. Sorry. They don't have to join the VR race now that's going on, obviously. And I seen that somebody was playing it. It looks very similar to what you were saying, Adam, how you wanted some games to be like you play this giant theater remote and like there's an 85-inch screen in front of you that's just playing your game. Flight Simulator looked like Flight Simulator, the way you would play it on regular TV, just in front of you in the metaverse.
So based on everything I've seen from people talking about how that works, it looks horrible when you're in the actual VR. Apparently everything's blurry, nothing's optimized, so they don't recommend using it.
Good job, Xbox. Good job.
No, even before that, Meta had games like that.
Meta's touting themselves to be the best VR headset there is, and I don't know. It's just I feel like there are other headsets that do well, especially other headsets that don't sell as well, like HTC Vive, the Vive headset. That had the whole camera set up way before Meta.
It sells.
Oculus. It doesn't sell as much as the Oculus and stuff like that, though. That's the difference. Is that
Oculus doesn't exist anymore. I thought that was the Meta.
Well, yeah. That's the name of the headset because that's what you called it. It was an Oculus. Yeah.
No, not anymore. It's the Meta.
Well, I know.
It's the Meta Quest.
Yes, it's the Meta Quest now. Yes, it was the Oculus Quest before, the Ocular Rift or the Ocular expansion of your eyes, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so they unveiled today the Meta Quest Pro. It's $1,500.
And
It has
looks like
a 1 to 2 hour battery life, and it's designed for office work. And also
1 to 2 hours?
Yeah, 1 to 2 hour battery life, and it's really just designed for office work. But also, the specs of it are way worse than the PSVR 2.
How are they charging $1,400, $1,500 for this thing?
How are they? They're Meta. What do you mean? How they're gonna do it? And then they're gonna be like, where's the money? Where's the money?
Where's my money?
And then they'll be like, maybe we'll charge a subscription for Facebook.
That sounds like everybody goes, third world country.
No. What is this third world country thing? What's going on? Why is this happening over and over?
I don't know. It's the same. You know how I do these jokes. I just keep saying them over and over, even if they're bad.
That's true. That's fair.
But that's insane if they think that they're gonna charge people $1,500 and the specs are worse than what a PlayStation VR 2 is. I'm not saying the VR 2 is the standard, but I mean, you would think that the company who came out with the first mainstream VR headset would be a little bit more proactive and like saying, let's offer a good quality headset. 1 to 2 hours of battery life.
Horrible.
And then you're saying, I mean, that's disgusting. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Whoever buys that, guys, you deserve to have all your money burned. Nonsense, $1,500 for that. What business enterprise use is that going to give you for 2 hours? What are you saying? You're going to be on a 12-hour workday and you're only going to actually work 6 hours of your 12 hours? The rest of the hours you got to spend charging your goddamn Meta Quest Pro?
That's assuming it charges in 2 hours.
Yes, that's assuming a lot of things, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know what... My better question to this entire thing is, what value does Xbox see in this? That they're saying, let's put Xbox Gaming Cloud on the Meta Quest Pro or any Meta headset at that point. You know, what value do they see in all of this? I mean, yes, I understand their overall scheme of things is to put the Xbox Game Pass on anything possible. You know, TVs, portable devices, other gaming consoles, computers, but like, what value do you see in MetaQuest? Like,
you just said the value.
But just by...
Yeah.
I don't know that that's going to pay them the dividends that they're going to be paying. They probably made to pay Meta to put that on there. Like, I don't think that's going to pay them back like that.
I would assume they didn't pay Meta to put it on there. I assume they're teaming up and getting a percentage, and I'm sure it's a whole business deal that's not money going just one way.
I mean, Meta's going to benefit the most from this, I would assume, because Xbox...
I mean, they should both benefit.
I guess.
Ideally, Meta would get all the Xbox exclusive games through a Game Pass subscription. So, hey, this is another reason to get a Meta if you just play PC. Like, get Meta, and you can play your Game Pass games through Meta. Like, and that's a reason to get an Xbox subscription. Like,
see, but now you look at like PlayStation VR 2 or the PlayStation 5. I mean, what technically once you're in the ecosystem of PlayStation, now that I'm looking at it, you just need whatever their hardware is, and then you're done. You know, you get everything PlayStation related there.
Yeah. So far, no plans for the Meta to work for an Xbox, but let's see if that changes.
That may
change. I don't know if it will.
If I was you, if I was a betting man, I'd probably put a good money on that. Because
why, if you were me? Why do you have to be me?
Because you're the one who said it.
I mean, I'm just saying words, man. I don't.
But I think you got a good probability there. I think you're 100%
it makes
correct
sense.
With that.
Why not?
The next announcement we're gonna hear is that you can now buy a Xbox compatible MetaQuest.
Hey, MetaQuest got a patch, and so did your Xbox Series X's. Plug them in. You can play any VR game.
I guess that's kind of competition to the PSVR 2.
Well, yeah. So, Xbox are trying to get everywhere, so it's working.
Meanwhile, Sony is trying to. They're not trying to be everywhere. Welcome back. They're not trying to be everywhere. They're trying to.
They're expanding.
No, it's not that though.
They're trying to be known. They're trying to. Sony's building a. Oh man, what's a good word for it? I don't want to say brand.
I was gonna say brand, but they're building an image. Is what they're building.
An image is a better word. Yeah, they're building like an image. Like you need to have a PlayStation, or you need to play the PlayStation Studios games with the PlayStation quality controller, and you need to play it in our ecosystem, and you need to enjoy it. And this is how you get there.
I hate to say it, but they're trying to become similar to Apple. Apple's got an image.
Absolutely.
They've got a brand. They have an ecosystem.
Once I think every company wants to be Apple.
Yeah, but Apple's not the end all be all.
Well, hold on. I think every company wants to be Apple. I don't think every consumer wants anybody to be Apple because
even the people
Apple,
who have Apple iPhones are like, this is garbage.
A lot of people love
the same thing.
I'm not gonna. I know, yeah. But at the same time, what I'm saying is like. Apple makes money. If people see that, they line up, they buy the stuff. Like, they're already in. Every company wants to be that because where they can almost do no wrong. And that's why we like innovation here. We like competition. We like Sony having to fight Microsoft and stuff. That's why I'm glad they're kind of going in two different directions. Mm. Meanwhile, Nintendo's smelling its own farts. And it's working for them.
Somehow it's working for them.
Yeah.
We'll see how long it takes. We'll see how long those farts keep them afloat, but I don't know.
Yeah, but it's interesting stuff. That. Yeah, Xbox wants to be everywhere, and PlayStation wants to create, like, they want you to see the PlayStation logo, and they want you to salivate. Xbox wants you to see the Xbox logo and go, hey, I recognize that.
I was on my TV/tablet/metaverse/
I was using my MetaQuest Pro at the old office job, and an X-Boner game popped up, and I was like, ooh, I'm going to play that. Then I got fired for playing an Xbox game. Thanks, Satya.
For some reason, that sounds like every single
Kevin,
person.
You missed nothing but everything at the same time. I do have a topic.
Interesting. I'm ready.
And it's mostly a Kevin topic, if I'm honest.
Go ahead.
Kevin, we've talked about this on the podcast, and you forgot about it. I don't know if you wanted to talk about Scars Above again.
I saw an article.
Mm-hmm. I know. Then you sent me that article, and then I said, hey, we talked about this, and you said, no, we did not. And then I sent you the link. And then I assume you didn't watch that. No, 100% you didn't. No. Of course not. But it's funny because we literally talk about it. Then you look it up and go, yeah, this doesn't look like Returnal.
Are you still here? What do you still do? Stop.
Ban
Stop dropping
Just
stupid...
ban him! Kevin, I don't know if you wanted to talk about that or if you wanted to, like...
I mean...
You seemed pretty excited when you sent your emojis and then... Seemed pretty hyped about it.
I was just like, ooh, all right. It's like Returnal, and I didn't remember looking at anything. I don't know. Have I watched the gameplay of this?
I can't even tell you how annoyed I was.
You were, and I was like, oh, okay. Apparently, this is a thing.
Well, it's not only that, because you were like, we definitely didn't talk about this. I remember the Duffer Brother thing, and I was like, but also Link, and then you're like, not watching that.
Yeah, well.
And I was like, I'm going to kill this man next time I see him.
Good. I deserve it.
So I told Genesis about that, and Genesis, he was like, I'm going to do that too, except he killed Desunoto. Desunoto probably dying in a lake somewhere. We don't know.
Oh, I think you know. He's head first in a grave. 6 feet under.
I got one head in the grave.
His toes are sticking up
I
off
got
his,
one hand in the grave.
Hey, copy strike for that?
No, it's not the lyrics. It's okay.
Okay. Wait. Do I remember this now?
Kevin, are you watching that clip now?
Huh? No. I'm watching trailers and whatnot.
What a guy. Well, I guess that I thought Kevin would have more to say about that game, but nope, guess not.
All right.
Rumor time.
Rumor time it is, boys. Rumor time it is.
Uh-oh! What are those sounds?
That should be my intro to rumors every single week.
It's whispers of the internet.
I loved that. I need to record that.
Thank you. I mean, I could do it every week.
This isn't really Returnal. This is more Dark Souls with a shooter aspect.
Kevin, every day you piss me off more and more. Let's just move on to rumors.
This is Resident Evil 3 with a
Kevin, one day I will kill you.
Spin. Good. No longer interested. I thought this was going to be actually like Returnal. This isn't anything like Returnal. It's not bullet hell shooter at all. Pretty sure that's what I said last time. Now I'm thinking about it.
Literally sends an article where it says, compares it to Returnal. Then when we talk about it, nothing like Returnal. Going back to the original thing he said when I said, it reminds me of Returnal. And I can't tell you the cyclical nature of insanity and psychosis I am currently going through. So let's get these whispers going, Genesis. Let's go!
All right, so, he is completely gone. He is dead. This man is dead. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we know.
Yeah. Let me talk about this first one. So this one is something that I think we should have touched on a little bit, like a couple minutes ago. But Phil Spencer's tweet had the possible xCloud only device, or the Xbox streaming stick, in his background on the top shelf, right next to that lunar Xbox Series X remote that just got released. People are talking about it. People are talking quite a bit about it. Might be reaching, but Phil Spencer posted a picture of his work shelf to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Fallout. If you look at the top shelf, there's some Xbox device that looks smaller than a Series S, and the power button is on the opposite side. I'm wondering if this could be the cloud-only device that has been rumored. Phil did a Spencer thing. Phil did a similar thing with the Series S, but no one noticed. It also correlates with what Jez from Windows Central has said previously about it being a square device versus a puck.
So we need to talk about Phil's shelves.
Yeah.
If everybody's not aware, Phil Spencer, guy who shows up places, always got something on his shelf. His shelves always analyzed ever since that Series S thing. Because he literally had a Series S on his shelf for months. And then Series S was revealed and people were like, what the fuck? And every time that man does an interview, he's sitting in front of his shelves, and every time it is a new arrangement of stuff. So the one time he had some Metal Gear stuff and people were like, oh my god, they're the ones rebooting Metal Gear. And Phil came out and was like, no, I just really like Metal Gear and Hideo Kojima. And then that started to fuel the Hideo Kojima rumors. And then he had other Hideo Kojima stuff on his shelf, and then all of a sudden Hideo appeared at 33. So yeah, that's so every time something's on this man's shelf, people speculate and go insane over things. He's also like a dude who wore a shirt at an E3, similar to Sean Layden. He wore a shirt, and then the next year he was like, hey, remember that shirt I wore? It's because of this. And I think it was Perfect Dark. Or as Genesis would like to call it, hey, wait a minute, is this Perfect Dark? And, yeah, thank you. Good joke. Glad that landed. Somebody somewhere's laughing. Probably. Probably a racist Spanish
wore that
guy.
time Perfect Dark?
That was good. That was good. Thank you. You saved it. You saved that joke. You made Kevin laugh. And you know what they say? Every time Kevin laughs, an angel dies a horrific death.
Or a Spanish guy decides to fall off a cliff because somebody accidentally pushed him off because he just couldn't talk
Anywho, so yeah, anytime this guy has something on his shelves, it's overanalyzed. Most of the time, it's wrong. This thing does. So I don't know how the person saw a power button. I think they're just guessing at this point, but yeah, it honestly probably is the thing. So sure, I'll give this 3 G's out of 5.
3 G's out of 5. Guys, I hate to break it to you, but we're in 5G right now, so I don't think
the G's are Genesises.
Oh, okay, I see.
There's 5 Genesis.
Genesis.
There's the book of Genesis.
No, this is a religious thing.
Genesis? Maybe that's more than one Genesis. Genesis?
No, that's Genesis.
Fun fact.
Oh, I like that, Genesis. Yeah, Genesis.
Since I brought it up, I'm reminded of a time my sister, no context at all, goes to me, Kevin, they got rid of Genesis. My immediate response was, from the Bible? And she said, no, from Call of Duty. It was apparently a map, and I had no idea.
Oh my God.
Kevin, always concerned about what they're getting rid of in the Bible.
Next thing you know, they get rid of one of the commandments in the Bible and replace it with Spanish.
I'll tell you what they got rid of.
Speak.
Got rid of, no, never mind, I'm not saying that.
What were you going to say? Tell me what
it doesn't matter. I gotta be honest, it didn't make any sense. It's not like it was good, it was just, it didn't make any sense.
Anything to me is good. I hope you realize that. I say things.
No, I don't. No, even this one. No, even it wasn't even edgy or anything. Even no, it's not worth it.
Was it rounded?
In a way.
Daddy.
Or doggy. We don't know.
No, that was Daddy.
She says Daddy. Yeah, she's got a pacifier in her mouth, and
she knows.
Oh wow.
She knows what's up.
Too young to have that kid.
Daddy. Wow.
I gotta be honest, the internet ruined the word daddy for me, so anytime somebody says daddy, I go, ugh.
Spoiled me, Daddy.
No, don't.
No worries, Daddy. I'll spoil you. Don't worry about it, Daddy.
I wonder if your daughter gets confused. Like, is he talking to his dad all the time, too? Like, what's going on here?
I don't think she's old enough to realize that yet. She just knows that I keep saying Daddy.
And Mommy sometimes.
Yes, but she...
And when you talk about Mommy, it's about eviscerating her holes. Which I guess could be true for both of them.
We move on to the next rumor. How about that?
Sponsored by Evisceration, folks. We're sponsored by Evisceration.
Brought to you by Evisceration.
Desonoto has been eviscerated. Anyway, back to you, Crafting.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, cool. Next one I got here. Modern Warfare 2 will have campaign DLC, according to @TheGhostOfHope. See, he has a Twitter post real quick here. Let me take a look. It will be released in late 2023, bundled with a map pack that this person leaked previously. DLC for the campaign. I haven't seen DLC for campaign for Call of Duty since World at War? Maybe earlier than that?
Didn't Blops have something?
It had zombie maps. I don't remember having story DLC.
Stuff.
I mean, considering that this game is going to be having a campaign, yes. I mean, that's... And Battlefield doesn't do campaigns.
Also, to say it's late 2023, like, that's too early to even plan that.
Battlefield doesn't do campaigns. Battlefield also doesn't do limited time events because their new limited time event ran 30 minutes before they had to shut it down.
Kevin, I'll also raise you this. Oh, never mind. Genesis beat me to it.
What was it? I missed it.
I'm sorry, Adam. I didn't mean to steal your thunder. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I was going to say that Battlefield just doesn't do games, but Genesis said Battlefield doesn't do good games. Which, both true.
I will be quiet next time. I'm sorry. I stole
No,
your thunder
all
there.
good. All good, man. All good. It's not the worst thing.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes, I've done worse things to you.
No, Battlefield is. Ha ha! Get him!
Look at that. Look at that. One day your punishment will come, but you'll never know when.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that the entire time.
Yeah, I know. Okay, next
We'll explain that to you after. Get out of my chair!
Give me just a second here.
That was your punishment.
As he's looking, I'll explain that punishment thing. Genesis sent us a small spoiler in the chat. That wasn't marked as a spoiler in his defense on Reddit. And in our chat, I have the ability to delete people's comments. Like if it's spoilers, I usually do that to look out for the team. And there was an update to Telegram, and usually when you go to delete, you have to check a box and say delete for everyone.
Yeah.
They changed that box to delete everything Genesis has ever said.
Oh.
And Adam did not read the box. And I hit that. And then all of a sudden the chat just got smaller and smaller. And I was like, what's going on? And there was no undo. And there's no way to undo any of it. So I accidentally deleted everything Genesis has ever said in our chat, going back like 2 years. So, big mistake. I reached out to Culling and I was like, get rid of my permissions. I can't be trusted, obviously. So I am no longer allowed to delete things. And Genesis has said that he has not forgiven me and one day he will punish me. And he'll do that when I forget. Kevin, let me ask you a question. When will I forget?
April 14th, 2025.
Oh, good answer, good answer. How about change that date to never? Because I'll never forget. This is my 9/11.
You think that. You think that. But you don't know what happens on that day.
April 15th?
14th, 2025.
I don't care what happens the 14th. The 15th is what matters.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm an optimistic person, Genesis. And I think you'll forget before I forget. You literally just had to ask me what my birthday was earlier. Shit, that's my punishment. Oh my god.
No, I'm not sending him.
I think you're going to see your gift and you're going to be like, I don't think he deserves a punishment.
We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let me talk about this one real quick. So, Redfall is apparently slated for a March 2023 release. This is according to Twitter. Let me just pull up the tweet real quick here. This is according to Okami Games. I don't know who the hell this is. Arcane's open world vampire shooter Redfall is scheduled to release at the end of March according to sources. A 1 week early access release is also planned for pre-orders and or deluxe edition owners. Now, okay. Let me just let you know what is happening in 2023, right? Somebody graciously posted every single game that is coming to 2023 that we know about right now.
So far, like with dates or like just 2023 in general?
This is just 2023 in general.
Oh, there's so many.
Some of these are also ports of older games, obviously. I'll name a couple of them. You have the Resident Evil 4 remake. You have Destiny 2 Lightfall. You have Skull and Bones. You have Like a Dragon Ishin. You have Zelda, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. You have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Final Fantasy 16, Assassin's Creed Mirage, Street Fighter 6, Pikmin 4, Exoprimal, Spider-Man 2, Stalker 2, maybe, I don't know about Stalker 2, Jedi Survivor, Stellar Blade, Diablo 4. There's about 30 more games that I have not mentioned as of yet.
Spoken. Dead Space.
Where in the world is Redfall going to even make a debut
May.
in the year that is 2023.
Like I just said.
No, I'm saying, where is it going to get airtime? Yes, thank you, Kevin, for pointing out what I said. Yes.
Welcome.
Where is it going to get any airtime to shine among all of these games that are coming to just annihilate our wallets?
It's on Game Pass, so it's not going to annihilate wallets.
Unless Game Pass is already annihilating wallets.
What if Game Pass annihilates Game Pass?
I don't know how that would work.
Oh no, you got Game Pass in my Game Pass.
That was a good one, actually. I like that one.
So when they delayed this, they said it's coming the first half of 2023. And yeah. I think March is too early, if I'm honest. I don't think we've seen enough of this game. I think they would have dated it for March if they knew that already. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it. Go ahead.
Isn't this a Microsoft exclusive?
Yeah.
This is.
They finally get it. It'll get pushed back, I'm sure.
They might say March, then it might be pushed again.
I just don't know.
I mean, it's a Microsoft exclusive, so that's where it wins. It doesn't really have to go up against anything.
I mean,
it's just too late to the party.
It is. That's really, I think, what is looking like it. Like,
yeah, but it's Sony, also Arcane, so it has a chance.
Sony and Nintendo have definitely sprinkled their 2023 with quite a bit of things to look forward to. Microsoft, I think, is late to the party in doing that. Redfall, I think, is so far the only Microsoft exclusive that I know of that I'm like, people will be waiting for this, I think.
Starfield.
Don't forget.
And Starfield.
50 games, baby. We haven't seen one yet, but 50 games.
When did they say that?
I don't remember. Adam knows.
Was that at the last showcase that they had?
50 games?
Or what?
I don't remember 50 games. It was a high number. I don't know if it was 50.
30, 50, whatever.
It was like 30 they showed off, and they're like, these are all coming this year. Or they're all coming within the next 12 months.
And none of them have come out yet.
Well, Redfall was one of them.
Yeah.
But Redfall was shown before they said this is everything you see is coming in the next 12 months. And that was in, June? So I would assume Redfall is coming summer of next year. Because it was supposed to be summer of this year. So I would assume they just delayed it by a year. I can't imagine this is March. And I don't think they would put it in March, because last year March and the year before that March were crowded as hell. So there's literally no reason to put it in March.
Isn't March when the Zelda game's coming out too?
That's May. March was the other one.
That's May.
Yeah. So things will probably clear out. That's when the DLC for Horizon's probably coming out, though. So get excited.
Because it's right before Legend of Zelda, yeah, that makes
100%, same day. I'm gonna be like, you buy it. If you get this, though, you can't play Zelda. That's a rule.
I wish that was a rule.
So then nobody buys it and only plays Zelda. And then Chris Pratt comes in and, Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Yep, accurate.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Wahoo!
Terrible thing. Absolutely disgraceful. Alright, well, we beat that shit to death. Let's take a look at... I was gonna say it just like Desunoto, but hey.
Whoa. No. You said he was eviscerated. You keep changing your story here.
I would say getting beat to death. They can then also be eviscerated afterwards.
Alright. I'll allow it.
Okay. There you go, Genesis. I helped.
Okay. This one's more geared towards Kevin.
Oh, no.
this one's going to be geared towards Kevin because Kevin mentioned that he's waiting for this game to show up. The Finals has leaked gameplay now. One of the YouTubers actually just broke NDA and put this all over YouTube. A lot of it got taken down. People have already backed it up to different file share websites. I have not seen the gameplay yet, but apparently there's a lot of hype behind this multiplayer game.
It looks so good.
Yes. Kevin, do you want to give a little bit of insight of the Finals?
Watch the trailer at your own risk. It'll make your eyes bleed. There's a lot of cuts. It's very flashy. Basically, what I understand of this through reading and watching the trailer, and then I'll throw some of my own little hypothesis into it. I signed up for the alpha, didn't get in, sad. But
that's still going on right now, the alpha?
I don't think so.
Oh.
But I'm not 100% on that. But anyway, it's a game show sort of deal that you're playing in. The first-person shooter. 4 teams of 3 go in, and you do your jazz. So in this game show, you are all competing to get the most money. And in order to get money, there are these crates throughout the level that you can bring to like extraction devices, put them in, hold it for a while, and then it extracts out and you get that money. You also get money for kills in the most freaking coolest, the coolest animation ever. When a character dies, there's no blood. No. They turn to money in a seamless animation that looks so good. So good.
Are you saying I could turn into a brown man filled with hundreds and 20s?
No. All gold coins. Looks even better.
Oh my god, it's every Persian's dream.
Wow. Alright, so then it is from ex-Battlefield devs, the good ones, don't worry about it. And the since it's the Battlefield devs, there's actual destructible environments, not like what 2042 claimed to have. So as buildings are like falling apart and everything, like basically imagine Battlefield like 5, Battlefield 1 when buildings are just like collapsing on themselves. But you can just ride that down. Don't worry about that. Like if it crushes you, I'm assuming you die. But like you could just ride it down as well and look real cool while you're doing it. A lot of like little parkour kind of things. There's telekinesis involved. There's a glue gun a la Prey 2. It looks super fun. Very chaotic. I'm ready. I'm there. Like this is a day one for me. So, and I haven't even seen actual gameplay. Just a trailer. That's all it took.
It's coming to consoles or it's just PC?
I think to everything, but I don't know if they explicitly said yet.
I'm just hoping it comes to everything.
The sign-ups and everything for the alpha are on Steam.
Oh, there's people breaking the NDA left and right, so there you go.
So far, just PC.
Okay.
Thank you for the clarification.
Welcome.
I hope it comes to everything so everyone can enjoy it. It looks really fun. Highly recommend looking at that trailer. Rip eyeballs.
My eyeballs actually died from watching that. I'm actually reading everything in Braille right now.
Wait,
on your phone?
Yes. My phone is Braille.
Wait, did you actually watch the trailer?
Yes, I actually did watch the trailer. The trailer looked cool. The
one
you
sent me in the text cool. Message.
Oh,
awesome. How cool is that? Is the animation though when a character dies the coins?
Is amazing. Like I said, it's every Persian's dream. It is very, very cool. I actually like that. That's why I was asking him. Like, this game's coming to PS5. I'm going to give it a shot.
Oh, update confirmation. It is coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. Nice. And when it eventually releases. So far, no release date.
Oh yeah, they're super early.
Man, that was
I expect
buried.
this to come out.
Jesus.
I expect like 2024 for this game.
All
at
right.
the earliest.
All right, possibly before Redfall.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see what else I got here. Let's take a look to see what else I have here. Oh, God, a whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of nothing.
I'm hyped for so many video games coming out, hopefully in the near future. Oh.
No, one. Only one.
Okay.
What?
You can't just be hyped for that one coming in November. There has to be other things you want to play, okay,
I
Kratos?
can't see anything after it.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Oh, you're right. Gotham Knights. How could we forget?
Of course.
Wow.
System Shock is coming March 2023 according to Steam.
Ooh. That's a
lot of marches. A lot of marches.
This was tweeted by Wario64.
Wow. That's reputable, right?
Mm-hmm. I think what he did was he grabbed the screenshot of where it was saying on Steam, but this is the only screenshot that says it. It got changed back to coming soon or whatever Steam says.
That could be like a placeholder thing, and it could be March, but also March is the first part of the first quarter, so really this almost means nothing if I'm honest.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks. Wario64, you mean nothing.
It's not what I meant or said, but okay. Also, Wario64, when do you sleep? Please respond.
He's a robot. He's an android. What are you talking about?
No, he's a man.
No, he's not a man. He's indeed an android. He was built in the 1960s by Jarl Muckerman.
Nobody got that reference. Okay.
Out of all the names to make up, you made up Jarl Muckelman?
It's
not even Jarl?
Believable. No, it's definitely believable.
Alright, let's continue.
You know, I don't think I have anything else. I got nothing else here.
Give me a rumor for me.
For you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Here's a rumor for Kevin. Yeah. Kevin may or may not end up seeing somebody he knows within the next week throwing axes at people.
Okay. I believe this rumor.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty credible rumor. I just read that off of Reddit. Adam, any thoughts on the rumor?
No.
Okay. And that's it for rumor section, board people. That's it. That's all I got. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about before we wrap up here? Alright. Well, that's another episode of Crafting a Chat in the Books. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. Same time, same place. You can always catch us on twitch.tv/craftingachat. Unless you speak Spanish, please don't ever join our podcast then. You can also see us on YouTube, youtube.com/startingtoolate with 2 R's. If you want to go there, if you're Spanish, go right ahead because he's welcome of anybody. Everybody get your vaccines. COVID is making a comeback, just like the Buffalo Bills are making a comeback since they lose every single other year. This has been Genesis on Crafting a Chat with my good co-hosts Adam and Kevin. We'll see you guys next week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Real quick, before I end my stream.
Yeah.
I just want to read this Wikipedia page for you.
I'm still broadcasting. Go ahead.
Jarl Francis Muckelman was a tailor who later opened a dry cleaning business in New York City. Eventually opened his own store on Church Street, which became one of the largest clothing stores in New York City. Muckelman developed his dry cleaning process called dry scouring as a tailor. So, yeah. Props to Genesis for knowing Jarl Francis Muckelman.
And you doubt me. I know I'm from a third world country, but
I do doubt you. Also, props to Thomas Lennings, who that Wikipedia entry was actually about. Jarl Muckelman does not exist. Get fucked.
Wow.
Bye!